Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Final Fantasy XVI. We are at the end of the game and we are, well, doing the final few side quests that are open before heading towards the Halls of Origin, where we're gonna fight Ultima. I'm pretty sure, or whatever form he has taken there, because apparently it feels like there is where he can get his most power. The power you need to take over Clive's body and do the things that he wants. But before all that, we still have a few quests to do. We already have one in our list. That's the one we got from Joshua, and I want to pick up one other one before we head out.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When Ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Then we go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Yeah, I think we can go to Waloed to do this one first, since it's still fresh in our mind. So let's head out. And it does seem that's the only quest we have there. Perfect. The Critan Hollow. Okay, so it looks like we need to go into that compound. Well, there was a part...
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashyyyk. I need to hurry.
Yes, and as I was saying, there was a part when we got out of here last time that we didn't check. So I'm guessing now we get the chance. Okay, that was not the move I was going for, but we can. I was going for an all hitter, but since we already taken care of them, there shouldn't be too much. Ooh. But yes, if we are all the way up here and then go to the right, we should come an area where we might have access to the entire thing. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's make sure we do not get blown up, because that is usually what these ones do. Or at least when it blows up, get the hell out of the way. It's just a standard bomb. Shouldn't be too hard.
Farewell.
Ah, there she is.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Ah, okay, so we need to go through the entire circle. Oh, we can do that.
Stay down!
Balman Dark, writ of designation. The King of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of the facility is to rear and train Kuza beasts for deployment in the field. So does it mean they use bearers for
So this
that?
place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
So basically it's saying there are more creatures being held here. And if we keep searching, we're gonna run into them. Ah, that's fine. She was going up the upper floor. Can we do that too? Oh, this is gonna take such a long time. You know what? No, we're gonna do it one layer at a time, or else we'll lose sight on what we need to do. The recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. So it's just a lot of documents on what happened.
Minimal loss of Waloed lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Yeah, and I do think that that is the question for the end, isn't it? Are there any bearers left? Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Well, to be honest, after all the other documents, I was already
Nothing
expecting
but
it.
Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Well, there was one more location all the way down here. If we went to the other side of the ring, I want to check that one thing out before heading back upstairs. Just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, so the mark that was here is gone. It was probably telling us that the door is locked. We need to go the other way. It's probably going to be something that simple, isn't it? What does it feel like? In the end, we're going to go back into the center arena, and then we'll have to fight a whole bunch of Kuza beasts. But like I said, I'm hoping that there are more bears alive. There's a bunch of prisons. Don't see any movement.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Ooh, Giller's key.
If we don't find any survivors, we've risked our lives for nothing. Take care. That creature might still be here somewhere.
Oh, that creature is definitely here. I can almost guarantee that. But the question is there somebody else too? Alright. Let's just check the rest of the locations here before heading towards the quest location.
You're finished!
Empty shards. Okay. Can we jump this? Yes, we can. Beautiful. Means that we definitely checked everywhere. Didn't miss anything just yet.
Let's see what we can find down here.
A hole to the inner sanctum. Remember what I said, that we were gonna run across the beast? Yeah, I'm getting more and more sure of that by the second. But we're definitely gonna check the outer rim first.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course they were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Jadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
We will. Cause if we don't, and he's had his fill here,
You're
he's
safe
gonna
now.
search for it
We won't
outside.
let it hurt you. I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson.
Yes, I will tear it a new one.
It's out there waiting for me. I
Ooh,
can't let it live.
it's a behemoth.
Not if it's got a
A
taste
normal
for
one, not an
bears.
Akashic. Alright, let's get in there and have some fun. And with a little bit of luck, there might be some remains left of Chadwick. Kuza Beast, rank A. Damn, it's even a hunt. A hunt part of the quest. Alright, I'll take it. It's a nice
He's wreak
test.
havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
There's Terra is more.
Fire and flame! Nice try. Nice try.
Come on, break. Alright, let's cut him a new one.
That's better. That's better. Nice try. It's over.
Haha, notorious mark slain. Nice. Another behemoth shackle.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Are we gonna go back to the hideaway, or... yeah. Sometime later.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Yeah, and that's the best way to honor him. To be a hero just like he was. Quest complete. Nobody's tool. What do we get for it? Nothing. Oh, we got a level, that's good. Because I understood it correctly. On your first playthrough, your max level is 50, so we are getting close to that. And then when you finish the game, you have like the Final Fantasy mode, which is like a harder new game plus. So that's something that I can sink my own teeth in after we finish this one. Breath of Darkness, Gungnir, and Meteorite. Alright. Perfect. Is she in here?
There's so much food in the hideaway. Sometimes, in my cell, my tummy rumbled so loud that Chadwick would sneak me some gruel from his bowl. I miss him. He would have liked this place.
Yeah, live for him as much as you can. Ooh, it's... books, yes. Alright, so before we pick up something new, let's deal with Joshua's quest before we are a few quests further ahead. And it looks like there are two in Tabor. That's the one we're gonna be here for, and another one to pick up to clear out the region. Alright, so where are you guys?
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know there is much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet, even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms. And only with all of Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Very intriguing. I wonder if it's someone we know from the beginning of the game. Alright. Where there's a will, there's a way. 8 in the Requitory, which seems to be close by. Let's just do that before picking up any other quests.
This is the Requitory, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings. Fragments of Ultima's true nature surely lie buried within these pages. We have only to unearth them.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Of course we're gonna go for it, and I am relatively sure that this is gonna be another hunt
Titan's Wake is to the
monster.
south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Are you buying or selling?
Let's just get a few potions in here.
Of course. Anything else?
No, I think we're doing pretty well. Damn, 50,000 to increase Gungnir's damage by 30%. It's a lot of increase, but also very, very expensive. And lots of very recent weapons here.
Come again.
Very cool. Alright, so is there an easier way to get there? Maybe. At least this feels a bit closer than going by the other way.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
It's supposed to be like an elder griffin, so yeah, it has to be a hunt. A hard fight as well. So let's see if we are capable of completing this one.
There it is.
For House Rosfield.
Maybe it is just a normal one. Or is it just its kid and the big one is coming afterwards?
Nice try.
Alright, staggered, let's damage it up. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, not the best stagger I ever had. Still plenty of time to improve on the next one. Damage more.
That's better.
Come on, there's a few more hits. Yes, there it is. Enemy slain. Two heartstone from one griffin. Perfect.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Alright, let's get back and show it to her. Because we worked hard for that one, so we want our keepsakes. And it would be an honor to wear them.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame, is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us. For giving my service meaning.
The Founder's Grasps. Ooh. I was hoping that there was like an accessory that was always visible on the character itself, not something we could actually wear. Interesting. Let's get outside first. Let's round this one up.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Alright, well, I can already tell that the helmet that's being held there, we're going to take it with us, and it's going to be part of our wall of memories. So where is it? Where's the memorial? Because in all honesty, I have no idea what's here. Ah, store. And it's quite a way off, but we started this quest, we're gonna finish it. And this would be the perfect place, wouldn't it?
Good girl.
Close to home,
Unwavering will,
his own country.
and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
Let's hope we
It's
go
just back there.
directly the right way. I think so.
Straight home now.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us. As we follow in your footsteps.
He could feel his father's spirit standing behind him, giving his blessing.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Quest complete. Where there's a will. A rusted battle helm for, of course, the Wall of Memories. Ooh, joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. He wasn't already? Or was he just with us because of the quest we were doing right now? I don't mind. He's a good fighter and every damage he can do to all the little ones in the surrounding area, it will just help. Alright, let's have a quick look at the armbands, if it's something we can actually wear. The Founder's Grasp. Oh, it definitely is. Fashioned after those pictured adorning the wrist of the mythical founder in ancient engravings, Archduke Elwin intended to gift this band to his beloved sons upon their coming of age, that they might serve to remind them of the unbreakable bonds they share as a proud scion of the ducal line, and the unwavering devotion that would be required to see their duties done. Alright. Perfect. Yeah, it's better in every way that it counts. Alright, I'm gonna leave the episode here. Next time we're gonna go back to the hideaway, pick up a few more quests, and continue completing every single one of them until we have completed them. I think you know what? I might go back to Tabor, since we did pick up the quest that led us there. So we might as well go there and finish up the one that we found inside the town as well. But for next time. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. See you then. Bye bye.